So the next set of questions are about section 3. Here we go, section 3. And these questions are about down in the sewers. That's the first thing you need to read. Okay, so the first thing I do at this point is I go back to my reading answer booklet, and here we go. Pull the camera up a bit. Down the sewers, down in the sewers. And we've got our heading up here, down in the sewers. First of all, start thinking, what is a sewer? And here's our introduction. Make sure you read that. Don't ever skip that bit. That's always going to be important. We can tell just by looking what genre this is. It's a piece of information, a report, potentially a non-chronological report, because we've got a diagram with labels, got another paragraph here, and then we've got some more stories from the sewers. And then we've got a little bit down here, which is like the closing paragraph. Okay, so make sure you've read that. Pause the video as you need to, and then restart. Question 19. The sewers are described as a maze of rat-riddled tunnels. Remember, that's in italics. That means it's a quote. That means you need to go back and you need to find that quote. What does the word maze tell you about the sewers? Now at that point, I don't want you just guessing because you know what a maze is. I want you to definitely go back and find that quote. So, a maze of rat-riddled tunnels. Here we go. And I told you, don't ignore the intro because it's up here. And then tell me what that tells us about the sewers. Bit of inference there, bit of between the lines. It doesn't tell you specifically. And think about that. Apply your knowledge of a maze. Number 20, according to the text, why is wastewater filtered? Why is wastewater filtered? So find the section that tells us why wastewater is filtered. So have a look through the text. Might tell you here and here. Use the diagram. Question 21. Based on the text, do you think the problem of disease in London would have got better or worse if the sewers hadn't been built? So tick one box. Better or worse? Now I'm going to just refer to the mark scheme at this point. And really, there is kind of like only one obvious answer here. Okay, yeah, so you can't go for, one is definitely right and one is definitely wrong. Okay, so think and then give a reason. Go back to the text if you're not sure. So do you think the problem of disease in London would have got better or worse if the sewers hadn't been built? Look at maybe this section. That would help you. So it's telling us about the history of the London sewers. Remember, keep pausing the video when you need to. Number 22. Put these events from the text in the order they happened. The first one has been done for you. Okay, so we've got to order these. I think in maths we'd order numbers from the smallest to the biggest. This is us ordering a text from the beginning to the end, okay? So they've told you that London's population hits 1 million is the first thing. Now you've got to decide what happens next. And I would suggest that you strongly reread here because that will help you. So do you notice how I went back to the answer booklet again? Okay, look, italics. That means it's a quote. That means you need to go back and check where it is. The humble sewer has occasionally been a godsend. What does the word humble mean in the sentence above? Meek, simple, old, vast. Okay, so We've got to find that. Somewhere in here it says about the humble sewer. Let's have a look. Interesting. Because that definitely gives you a different meaning of what that could be. Good. It's actually probably just trickier for you to think of than you realise. Give one thing that can lead to gold entering the sewers. Can lead to gold. Okay, think which paragraph on this page tells you about gold, and there's a brilliant picture there to help you. And number 25, how does saying, okay, look, we've got italics again, that's about as much as you would find in some gold mines, help the reader understand how much gold is in the sewers? So that's about as much as you would find in some gold mines. How does that help the reader understand how much gold is in the sewers? So look, I'm back here again. Back at my answer booklet. Reread it. Number 28. Find and copy a word from the text which shows that some people don't believe the story of the sewer gator. Oh, that's in an alligator. Here we go, sewer alligator. There's your paragraph. Look, straight back at that answer booklet. I haven't done a single question without looking. Okay? Number 27. Oh, I can see extra lines, so immediately that made me check the marks. 2 marks. Why might there be lots of stories and legends about the sewers? Use information from the text to support your answer. Right, so here we go. This is a bit of like an opinion. You've got to think about why are there stories based there. Read the text, and it's saying use the text to support you. That means, in my mind, use a quote, okay, and use the quote to back up what you're saying. Why do you think the text covers the history of the sewers before the stories from the sewers? Okay, so why are we hearing about the history before we hear stories? Okay, why is that important? Again, look, that's 2 marks. So I think 2 reasons. A reason and back it up.